For many years, Katharine Hepburn was seen as Hollywood's strong and tough star. She was brave, quick with words, and seemed like no one could hurt her. Everyone knew about her close friendship with Spencer Tracy that lasted her whole life, but there was a secret side, too. People say she quietly dated 7 women. These friendships turned into hurt feelings, lies, and bad feelings she kept inside for years, even though she still cared deeply for Tracy. Was Katharine Hepburn trying to keep her pride safe, or was she getting back at old hurts she never talked about? Let's see. And when you hear who these women were, you might understand why she felt so angry. Part 1. Greta Garbo, the quiet that turned into anger. Katharine Hepburn had the smartest ideas in Hollywood and kept her private life very strict. Greta Garbo was the biggest mystery in movies. When these two women met in the late 1930s, it seemed like trouble was coming. They dated without telling anyone. A writer named William J. Mann says Hepburn and Garbo stayed away from big parties, cameras, and studio events. They met in quiet places like private apartments in Manhattan and planned weekends so no one saw them come or go together. For some time, things stayed okay. Then it all fell apart in a cold way. Garbo did not just leave. She said out loud and to friends that nothing ever happened between them. At a small party in New York where some friends already knew about them, Garbo came in, looked at Hepburn for just a moment, then turned away and started talking about how she always lived alone and laughed about never belonging to anyone. Hepburn knew right away what that meant. Garbo left without a word. That night, Hepburn was very upset in private and told a close friend, "She used me when she wanted, then acted like I was just something she made up." From then on, her feelings turned dark. Garbo never called or explained. She acted like Hepburn made it all up, the meetings, the close times. For Hepburn, that was too much to forgive. Years later, Hepburn showed her dislike without saying Garbo's name. "I hate people who hide what really happened to make themselves look better." They lived in the same city for many years after. Their friends knew each other. They got invites to the same places. Hepburn would not stay in a room alone with Garbo again. When someone said Garbo's name, Hepburn's face got tight and her voice short. This anger came from feeling used and then lied about, and Hepburn never let go of that lie. Number 2, Joan Crawford, the woman who tried to boss Katharine Hepburn around. Joan Crawford did not hide that she did not like Katharine Hepburn. She showed it openly. A famous Hollywood writer named Hedda Hopper said the bad feelings between Hepburn and Joan Crawford grew fast after they got close. Hopper wrote that Crawford did not know how to keep things private, but Hepburn hated when people acted like they were on stage in real life. That big difference came out in front of everyone. The first big fight happened at a studio party with big bosses from MGM, including a producer named Joe Pasternak. His helper later said how the seats were set. Crawford came late on purpose and sat right next to Hepburn. In the middle of talking, Crawford grabbed Hepburn's arm and said loud, "Kate doesn't need love, she needs someone to keep an eye on her." Everyone got quiet. Hepburn did not yell. She quietly took Crawford's hand away and said, "I don't mix up caring with having people watch." That one line changed things forever. After that night, Crawford started showing up where Hepburn was in public. A movie expert named Janine Basinger wrote later that Crawford asked to sit near Hepburn at big events and movie openings, making them be close. Hepburn fought back in a smart way. She would come late, leave early, or turn her back. At a New York party that writer Leula Parsons wrote about, Crawford got close and said quietly, "You can't just act like I'm not here." Hepburn stood up, got her coat, and left right in the middle of talking. Parsons said it felt very cold. In private, Hepburn was much meaner. A longtime friend named Phyllis Wilborn remembered Hepburn saying quickly, "She doesn't want to be close. She wants to be in charge, and I will never let her have that." That was the end. They never made up. They did not get nicer as they got older. When someone talked about Crawford in later talks, Hepburn stopped it right away. In 1983, she cut off a question and said, "I don't talk about old fights that ended long ago." Crawford wanted to be the boss. Hepburn answered by ignoring her on purpose, which hurt more than yelling. And in Hollywood, when Katharine Hepburn ignored you, it was not by mistake. It was her decision. Number 3, Tallulah Bankhead, the secret friendship that got risky. Tallulah Bankhead was not just a friend who went too far. She was someone Katharine Hepburn later wished she had never gotten close to. By 1938, Tallulah Bankhead and Katharine Hepburn spent time together in ways much more than normal Hollywood friends. Writer William J. Mann says they had late dinners in Bankhead's hotel rooms in New York, often after plays, and stayed away from public places. No helpers, just closed doors and people they trusted. What made it exciting also made it scary. Bankhead saw keeping it secret as fun. Hepburn saw it as protection. The break came at a private party given by a playwright named George S. Kaufman. Bankhead had drunk a lot and was making everyone laugh. Then she looked at Hepburn and said with a smile, "Some people keep their fun hidden. I like mine to be remembered." Everyone laughed. Hepburn felt cold inside. Later that night, Hepburn talked to Bankhead alone in the hall. Kaufman said Hepburn's voice was quiet but strong. "You think this is brave, it's just not careful." Bankhead laughed and said, "Oh, Kate, don't worry, people already guess." That was when Hepburn knew it was done. The next day, Hepburn stopped all contact. No calls, no visits, no being seen together. When Bankhead tried to get close again weeks later with a fun note, Hepburn sent it back without opening it. Years later, Hepburn talked about her rules without saying names. "In my life, trust is not just nice, it's needed to stay safe." The anger after was not about love ending bad. It was about danger. Bankhead liked playing with the idea of getting caught. Hepburn knew getting caught could ruin everything. They never made up. Bankhead kept making hints and jokes in small groups. Hepburn closed the door for good. This secret friendship became a problem, and Hepburn got rid of the risk fast. Number 4, Barbara Stanwyck, the close bond that got quietly pushed away. Barbara Stanwyck and Katharine Hepburn seemed very much the same inside, strong, in control, private. That sameness is why things turned bad between them. By the early 1940s, Barbara Stanwyck and Katharine Hepburn had started a connection no one was supposed to see, not just friends, something kept hidden on purpose. Writer William J. Mann says they planned meetings carefully. Late dinners at Chasen's after it closed, long car rides on Mulholland without anyone driving them, weekends planned so they did not come or go at the same time. For Hepburn, keeping it secret meant trust. The hurt came when Stanwyck chose to act like it never happened. She stopped answering calls. Plans got put off, then dropped quietly. No fight, no reason, just slow pulling away that left Hepburn alone with something Stanwyck would not admit. The big talk finally happened at producer Hal Wallis's house at a small work party. Hepburn pulled Stanwyck to the side, voice calm but mad. "Are we acting like this never was, or will you tell me why?" Stanwyck answered right away, calm, "Some things are better without names." That ended it all. To Hepburn, it was not being careful. It was lying, changing the past to feel better. She told close friend Phyllis Wilborn later, "I don't hate when people are weak. I hate when they act like I made up our close times." From then, Hepburn closed off. She did not talk to Stanwyck again. She did not tell others to stay away. She did not get softer. At events, Hepburn was polite but kept distance, never alone, never close talk. Stanwyck saw it and let it be. Years later, Hepburn said a line that close friends knew was about this. "Being clear is kind. Quiet after being close is mean." This anger came from being lied about, and it never went away. Part 5, Judy Holliday. When caring turned into a big hurt over right and wrong. How does caring turn into something Katharine Hepburn could not forgive ever? With Judy Holliday, it was not about lying in a bad way. It was about not telling the truth. In the late 1940s, Holliday seemed bright but was weak inside. She was doing well fast, worried about work deals, scared of bad names, and she turned to Katharine Hepburn for help. What started as help turned into private closeness. They hid a lot. Here's the hard part. Hepburn did not see hiding as bad. She saw it as being loyal. The break came when Holliday got too scared. Work pressure grew. Bad talk spread quick. Instead of facing the danger with Hepburn, Holiday pulled away, quiet, careful, protecting herself. The moment it all broke was behind the stage at a Columbia Pictures show. Hepburn did not go around it. She asked straight, "Are you pulling away or are you scared?" Holiday did not lie about what they had. She said quietly, "I can't handle this now." That line changed everything forever. Hepburn did not yell. She did not try to fix it. She got very still. A longtime friend of Hepburn's, Phyllis Wilborn, said Hepburn answered, "Being scared explains why you choose things. It does not make okay lying about the truth." In days, Hepburn stopped all contact. No answering calls, no more invites. When Holiday sent a sorry note weeks later, it came back unopened, not to be mean, but as a strong no. Years later, Hepburn said the line she would not cross. "I respect brave people. I don't blame fear unless it acts like nothing happened. They never made up." Holiday died young. Hepburn never said her name in public again. This was a strong decision made once and kept. Behind Hollywood's most in-control star were secret friendships that ended not with love, but with lies, ignoring, and bad feelings Katharine Hepburn kept until the end. Which of these secret friendships do you think hurt her the most? And which one went too far to forgive? Share what you think in the comments. And if you want more hidden Hollywood stories that were not supposed to come out, like the video, sign up and turn on alerts because this is only the